Dah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning everyone.
Morning.
How are you guys doing today?
Great.
I'm good.
Okay, that's great. So before I start, let me introduce our group. I'm Aura Kalisa Camelia and she's
My name is Dela Shana.
So, have you ever heard or seen the bad news about APBN lately this year?
Yes.
Okay, so today we'll present a news comparison with the two sources about the 2025 APBN deficit. And this topic matters because the state of this affect the tax policies, the country's economy, and public services. Now, let's begin with the first slide. So we compare the two sources. There is a video YouTube from Kompas TV and social media post Tempo.co on Twitter. You guys can see here there's a difference between the two sources on the title and the published date. The first one is Kompas TV. The title of the news is Menkes Sri Mulyani ungkap defisit APBN 2025 capai 31,2 triliun, masih terkendali. And the published date is 16 March 2025. Meanwhile, the second one is Sri Mulyani soal defisit APBN tembus 104,2 triliun. Jangan khawatir. And the published date
khawatir.
is 10 April 2025. Now, okay, on this slide, we compare the main point covered between the two sources. So, the main points from Kompas TV are: first, state budget deficit occurred in the first 2 months of 2025, which is January and February this year. And the second is tax revenue fell 20.85% compared to last year. And the next one is there was a decline in state spending, which was recorded at 34.8 trillion compared to the same period last year. Meanwhile, the Tempo.co, we found that the state budget as the March 2025 reached 104.2 trillion. The government is optimistic that it can manage the state budget well until the end of the year. And there are for deregulation measures. There are cut to percent from tax, income tax rate, adjustment of import duty rates, and adjustment of export rate. So even though both sources discuss the same topic, they focus on different periods of time, which is this 2 months of 2025, but this is in March. And also the policy detail that Tempo.co show us there are 4 deregulation measures, but to Kompas TV there are no 4 deregulation. Now let's move on to how the tone and language are used to each report. You guys can see here, this is the example of the text from Tempo.co, and this is the transcript video from Kompas TV YouTube. So both Kompas TV and Tempo.co use serious and neutral tone. Also, both Kompas TV and Tempo.co use formal and factual language. They focusing on clear data without emotional or dramatical words. This shows that even though they use different platform, which is video and neutral form, they focus to give the public news informally and professionally. Now, let's see the visual element from both sources. This is from the Kompas TV. Kompas TV from YouTube includes footage of Sri Mulyani speaking, which is we can see clearly and hear Sri Mulyani speaking in press conference. And also there are line grabs of government spending, text on screen, Bureau of Money and Government Office. Meanwhile, from Tempo.co, we only see the written news and a single photograph of Sri Mulyani, which is this is. from Tempo.co, they write a Sri Mulyani statement with as a quote like this, kata Sri Mulyani. Meanwhile, in Kompas TV, okay, so in Kompas TV we can see and hear Sri Mulyani speaking in press conference clearly, and this makes Kompas TV news is more powerful and trustworthy because we can directly get the news from the speaker, which is Sri Mulyani. Okay, so the next slide will be presented by Siti.
Okay, I will take the next slides. Okay, so here's the depth of information. There is two sources of news, as you can see. This is the TV channel, and this is the media that you can find on Tempo website. So both of them has a different depth of information. Let me explain first about the depth of information. That is that the official the Kompas TV channel has. Okay, so first point, state revenue as of February 2025 decreased by 20.85% compared to the previous year. And the next point, the budget deficit until the end of February 2025 was recorded at 1.2 trillion rupiah. And the next, I will deliver the depth of information about on the Tempo news website has. Website news has. So first point, gross tax revenue increased by 9.1% compared to the previous month. And the next point, tax revenue amounted to IDR. Yeah, I don't know IDR. Maybe it's like rupiahs, same as rupiahs. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong.
It's me, you.
400.
Direkam.
400.1 trillion consisting of tax revenue of IDR 322.6 trillion and customs and excise revenue of IDR 77.5 trillion, and these all are the depth of information. And the point is, the both delivers the same points, same point, which is that about the state of revenue. Both has the similarity to deliver it. It is obviously about the revenue. Okay, next. Okay, so next I will explain about the key similarities and differences between the two sources. Of course, both have similarities, also differences. So first I will start explain from the similarities point. There are 3 points. Okay, so both of them are same, like both uses formal and factual language. So it is same. It is the same when it comes to language style. And the next, both presents data like deficit and tax income. As you can see or you can hear, both of them mention about deficit and tax income. It is very general of the topic. And next three, both shows government efforts to handle the deficit, optimism, and the deregulation. I mean, like the government is obviously very optimistic about the efforts to handle the deficit, while maybe like some citizens of Indonesia think like, it is very bad. We think that we cannot handle it again, but the government is so optimistic. And the next, the differences, Kompas TV reports a smaller deficit of 1.2 trillion rupiah in early 2025, analyzing the government's fiscal condition with real-time input from Sri Mulyani. As you can see, Sri Mulyani is the woman that in the previous video. Her name is Sri Mulyani in a structured video format. And the point is like at Tempo.co highlights 104.2 rupiah trillion deficit up to March 2025, focusing on government responses like tax and customs deregulation, shared concisely via a Twitter photo post. Like we actually found it on Twitter. Next. Oh, okay. So for our team, I mean like me, which version that is more effective or trustworthy? The final result, we think that the version from Kompas TV is clearer and more trustworthy. Why? Because it is delivered through an official news video, and in addition, Kompas TV also explains data and state financial condition like more coherently, and it is super obvious that we choose Kompas TV. Okay, so here are the vocabulary notes that some new vocabulary that previously we didn't know about it, but when we look up to Google, we search it, the meanings of the vocabularies. First, there is the deregulation. Deregulation means reducing government rules. Okay, so it is very simple, right? Deregulation means reducing government rules. Second, deficit APBN means gap between state spending and revenue. And the third, tax revenue means state income from taxes. And the last one, state expenditure means government spending for programs and development. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. So that's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Is there any question you'd like to ask?